Hey guys, this is Savannah Hernandez in front of the White House with, yes, one of those Epstein file binders. Now, I want to clear something up immediately and state that nobody from the Trump admin gave us these binders and said, you guys are going to be the ones responsible for disseminating this information. They actually told us that there's going to be a press conference at any moment now, most likely this afternoon, in which all of the information in this binder is made available to the American public. Now, Pam this morning stated to us that some of the information in here is already public, and she doesn't really feel that any of this information is a smoking gun. The big story here is Pam writing a letter to Kash Patel asking him to investigate why the FBI has stopped the release of other portions of the Epstein files. So that is what is currently going on, and I wanted to come out as a journalist as well and state that, again, we are not responsible for deciding what does or does not come out. All of the information in this binder will be made public. Pam Bondi herself stated that she wants all of the Epstein files to be made public to the American people, not just to influencers or independent journalists, but that in itself has been a process. Now, one of the reasons why I have this is because the Trump admin right now is making a big push for not only transparency, but being welcoming to independent journalists who might have been looked down on, ignored, or even censored over the last 4 years. This administration is making a big push right now to allow American people to come into the Oval Office, to come into the White House and directly talk to the president, the vice president, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, RFK Jr. about what they are going to be doing for the American people. So it's really interesting to see how this administration is handling the media and allowing independent people, American citizens, to come into the Oval Office and talk directly to highest members of the administration. So I wanted to give you guys my update on this. There will be a press conference. All of this will be made public.
Yes, I don't know what exactly is going on. The MAGA movement is divided. This is what they are posting now. There is one person who takes the blame for what happened today. It's Pam Bondi. I think she should resign immediately. She went on Fox News and said the files were on her desk. Then she went on Fox News last night and said, we will have files today. She is a total liar. Just face it. That is Laura Luma going off for 24 hours straight. She has not rested. I've seen all kind of videos, clips, people putting out, expressing dissatisfactions with what they saw with this list. It is important. We take an exclusive look. I will share some videos, but before I do that, first take a look at this.
Epstein was facing trafficking charges in Lower Manhattan. Where's all that paperwork? The FBI seized computers, surveillance videos, banking records, file cabinets, and photographs from all of Epstein's properties in New Mexico, the Virgin Islands, Palm Beach, and in New York. The Justice Department also gave Epstein a sweetheart non-prosecution deal 17 years ago. Where are those files? The Bureau of Prisons. Where are those files? You remember where Epstein himself? I asked Bill Barr about that, why everything seemed to go wrong that night.
When I first heard all the information and all the coincidences here, I was suspicious.
What were the coincidences? I mean, those were a lot of coincidences.
Well, one of the cameras was out.
Right.
He was supposed to have a cellmate. The cellmate left. They didn't replace the cellmate. And the guards who were supposed to check him every half hour didn't check him.
My EMT source said he was on the scene immediately to pull Epstein's body out to the morgue. And when he got to the cell, he saw 7 people there touching Epstein's body and moving stuff around. Trump did say during the campaign he'd release these files, so it's not like this came out of the blue. Jeffrey Epstein did act as an informant to the FBI. Is the Bureau embarrassed? Is the Bureau embarrassed that they let hundreds of young victims down? This was all happening right under everyone's noses. Epstein was probably an intelligence asset, rumored to be working with the Israelis, maybe this country, probably other countries. Was he a double agent? He had dirt on everyone and a knack for making cash. And he's dead. So the government has no one to protect but themselves.
As you know, we released about 120 pages of documents, and I started asking for these documents right when I came into office. and before Kash Patel was in there. So I ended up getting about 120 pages. We carefully redacted them, of course, to be sure the 254 young girls, women who are victims of sex crimes and sex trafficking, their personal information was redacted and out of there to protect them. So I'm going through it and I kept saying, there has to be more, there has to be more. I'm assured that's it. Kash asked the same questions, assured there's no more. I found out, this week that a source told me New York, SDNY, they're sitting on thousands of pages of documents regarding Epstein. Thousands. And of course, you've seen the very strong letter. We will get everything. We will have it in our possession. We will redact it, of course, to protect grand jury information and confidential witnesses, but the American people have a right to know. And Donald Trump is the most transparent president in our nation's history. So not only will America get the full Epstein files, they will get JFK, they will get Martin Luther King.
Yes, from my understanding, what is going on social media is the fact that there seems like everything was staged. Like bringing in these influencers, they instructed them this is how they are supposed to do. And some informations are also surfacing, like some influencer wanted to monetize this release. So you can understand exactly what is going on. I don't get it why they had to do this. Because some of these informations were already out. What people are expecting to see, they are not saying. They said part one. We are waiting part two to see if some real informations will come out. What I don't want to see is a fact that people are already calling, oh, she should resign, she should resign. That should not happen. It is too early to start doing that. Just 1 month.
Are we serious people anymore? Are we dancing around, holding binders full of monsters for a TikTok dance? What are we? Have we lost our minds? We're dancing around like holding a list of criminals who harm children, and we're just, what is this? Is this Adderall? I'm dead serious. Are our brains gone? Is this microplastics? Is this fluoride? This should be an ad for taking fluoride out of the water. Because that's the only explanation for what I'm seeing at the moment. Like, I'm unclear what I'm looking at. This is a list of criminals that harm children, and we're dancing around for a paid partnership. What is this? This is why are they treating this like this is the new Charlie D'Amelio energy drink drop? The fact that they are using protecting the victims as an excuse for this is so insane.
I saw y'all on the internet coming for Kash Patel saying he's day 5 and we haven't gotten the Epstein files. Well, I'm here outside the West Wing and look at what we got today. The Epstein files, baby. Let's make America safe again.
Yes, are we being deceived or what exactly is going on this clip? Stay true to the end. When you take a look at this is a Republican representative in Congress and all the task force were given or reviewed the Epstein document being released today. A New York Post story just revealed that the document will simply be Epstein phone book. This is not what we or the American people asked for. Get us the information we asked for.
The Epstein files, we're told, are to be imminently unleashed. And already we saw the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, say that the scale of what happened is far worse than anyone realized.
And I do believe in that.
Laura is extremely disappointed when you take a look at her tweet 5 minutes ago. So basically, the Epstein file wasn't released today. The American people were lied to about a day 1 release, so they had to have an emergency gathering of paid influencers at the White House.
Well, over this will make you sick. 200 victims. 200.
AG Bondi says the Senate is still holding thousands of Epstein documents which will soon be delivered to DOJ, according to this man.
The bureaucrats to be traumatically affected.
Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, fifth time. So.
Inflation. I mean, the industry I work in, the film industry, this used to be the mecca of filmdom.
It's left.
It is no more.
That's right.
And the tech industries have taken off, and
That's
many
right.
businesses in the industry, they just left. They blew out of town because
You're looking straight. Remember it.
As a country about
yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know.
Jordan.
In the fans.
Josh Green, the governor.
Watch news or talk.
Now look, I have a lot of.
The Democratic Party has about everything
In common, they're all terrified of Ronan Farrow.